How many people? 9. Here till my phone dies. Yeah, that's stressful. Do you have one of, I have a couple, I can charge one of my, like I have those like battery pack things that you plug the phones into. I can charge one of those and give that to you. That would be helpful. I don't know how helpful that is. You'd have to like come get it. I'll be at the clubhouse this afternoon if you want that. That's all I got. Other than that, engage purge mode, I guess. I'm not a rocket surgeon. I don't think a phone can power a TV, Tehran. Okay, I don't think a phone can power a TV for long. One day phones will be the size of TVs. Okay, I'll be long gone by then. So optimistic. Okay. All right. There's a little side trail into like websites and stuff. You don't have to buy. You don't have to buy a domain name for any of this. You'll use the free one that Heroku gives you. No stress. Okay. So now we're just gonna keep on going through the Heroku demo together. I think you're supposed to make the Heroku account first, but it'll be okay. Do I have an Heroku account? I do not. Okay. I can't. I wish I could. Other. You know, when it asks me like language questions, I always guess wrong. I'm not sharing my screen either. Y'all, I'm not in it today. Might be. I'm gonna check my email real fast to get the confirmation thing and then I'll share my screen. Might be. Thanks for signing up with Heroku. You know what? I think it's on my Clubhouse thing, and that's why. Okay. All right. Send my way. Share the screen. Share. Okay. Now I have to open everything back up because why would we leave the chat open? Annoying. Okay. Should be logged in now. Okay. Wonderful. Yeah. So I'm just following the next steps. It asked me to log in, so I logged in, and I had to make an account because I didn't have an account. I logged in. It wants us to make sure that our node version is correct. We just make sure our node version is fine. It's greater than 10. I need to update node apparently. No, you don't have to buy. You just use the free one. Like I've said before, you can buy fancy domain names, but this one's free. Okay, and then it wants us to make sure we have npm. Great. How do I have a more updated version? That's weird. Okay, and it wants to make sure we have git installed. Great. Okay, wonderful. Next. I lost my terminal, hang on. Okay. Okay, this one gives us a nice example prep app, which is really nice. So we can just do that and clone it. And you can go to GitHub and look at it and read the code and all that. So I'm going to cd into repos. I'm going to cd projects. Oh, I have to cd into class first, and then cd into projects. Okay, and then we do the git clone part. You can just do this and then change code in here, or you can make an actual like repo part into that. Okay, and then we'll cd into there and we can see what's in here. We got a README, we got a JSON, we got some JavaScript, we got our node JSON, we got some more folders. We got pictures, we got CSS, we got views. Very nice, wonderful. The EJS files are Express files. Great. This is the magic part. Yay. So this right here is the magic step that gives us the free name. So mine is called Mysterious Beach with a bunch of numbers attached to it. This is how we get our free domain. There it is right there. Mysterious Beach, some numbers.herokuapp.com is our wonderful free domain name. So in the example, it's Sharp Rain, which is very excited. Okay, so we've created it, and so I'd probably take this guy and save it like 6,000 places. Yeah, it's fun. It's cool that it just does it for you. All right, I'm gonna save this guy real fast. Okay, just so we have it. And then our next step is we do git push. So this is the step that's really important and I feel like might be forgotten, but just like when we're on our GitHub pages and you do a bunch of work and you, if you don't push it to the repo, it's not gonna see it online. So you gotta push it. You tell it that you wanna push it to the master branch and then you tell it it's Heroku. So it pushes it on Heroku. Hello. Do we make the repo first? You can just use the repo that it gives you for the app demo, or just make a repo and then push it either way. Because then you just make sure that everyone's working off the same repo. So either way. Because this one I don't think has a lot of stuff in it, but you could just like make a repo and then make sure that they match. What question? Venus, are you asking the question that I'm assuming that the clubhouse with the lower C is Priscilla, and that, because I already answered that. That's the step that we just did, makes the website for free. Is that what you're asking, or is there another question? You did not type anything. Type what? I don't know what you're asking me. Yeah, I just answered her and then she said K. I don't normally type out responses to your guys' stuff unless I need like a link or something for you guys to go to. Normally I just answer you guys. Because if I start typing all my responses, we'll be here a lot longer. But yeah, that's what that create step does, is it gives it to us for free. Okay. This step is, I don't think they explain this step enough. Oh, I keep doing this instead of this. So I know it's up to, I just downloaded it. I don't know why there's one. What this step is doing is telling it what to push it to. So it's saying, hey, I want a web server. And so that's all it's doing. We're just creating one because we don't need to make a whole bunch of like clusters or whatever. And then the magic happens. If we spell things correctly, we get to open it. And then there we go. So then all of this is in all that sample code that you downloaded. And so you can just take that sample code, scrape all this stuff out of it, and put your stuff in there and just keep all the views and stuff. So that way you have that. And then it gives you a whole bunch of other stuff. All right. You can view logs if you want. I don't think. You might need them if things are breaking, but maybe not. That's fine. This can be really useful if you want to rename anything differently. You can probably just leave it default if you use the default build. We're not going to worry about scaling it. You don't super need to do this. You can if you want to. You can just leave it at 1. But this goes through and explains what all of these things are. All of this is free if you start doing weird stuff. And by that I mean like scaling, trying to get like thousands of people looking at it or something like that. It'll stop working. But yeah, you just leave it set to 1 and then it should just work and you won't have to worry about these like dyno hours. It'll just be fine. You can add different dependencies if you want to use other stuff in there. You know, like MySQL probably. And that's just like the same as any of our other node projects. You can also run a local copy if you want to run a local copy before you push it. That's good development practice. I don't know how practical it'll be for this project, but it is good development practice, like what you should do in actual prod. The rest of this demo tells you how to like make little tiny ASCII art, which is really fun. It's not necessarily like an in-depth technically challenging thing, but it's a fun little thing to get through all of this stuff. This demo is built with Express and it gives you all of that stuff so you can look at all that, which is cool. But yeah, it's not too bad. And then you can see a little face, which is very nice. And this is what all of all of this looks about the same as any of our other Git flow. Except for we tell it it's Heroku, which is cool. I'm not gonna super go through all of this part. It's just extra. I would recommend going through this part so that way you can see it. Yeah. Each team is gonna make one. So I should get 2 of the free Heroku URLs at the end. So each team is gonna make one. This is important. This is how we're going to use JAWS. So JAWS is an add-on, and that's how we're going to get our database hooked up. Okay. You can, I don't know how useful this will necessarily be, but you can run a console inside of your console that's scoped to the server, which can be useful. Because then you can see like if like you think something's on the website and it's not, that's how you see it. I don't think you guys will need to do this step. I don't think you'll have to reset any of your weird configs or anything like that, so I don't think you have to do that. And then go to the next one. Yeah. So this is talking specifically about the database thing. This is Postgres. We won't be using Postgres. We'll be using JAWS, but everything is about the same. We do MySQL instead of Postgres. I think this would be about the same, again, except for instead of Postgres, it'd be MySQL. And then you'd follow the MySQL examples for this, not this format. But it all looks pretty close to what we do. And all of this is asynchronous. You can play with this and look at it, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like that. You can do a simpler one. But yeah. Cool. Yeah, we're not using Postgres, so we'll use MySQL. And then it gives you like stuff, which is very nice. We're not going to use Mongo. We're not going to use Redis. So just MySQL like we've been using. But yeah. Cool. So that's the Heroku part. It's not too bad. There should only be 2 websites, but you can each play with it and make one and play. But I only want 2 at the end, 1 for each team. Cool. How do we feel about just following these directions to get a node thing up and running? You want me to go through it again and make a new one? Okay. No, it's all good. It is all good. Okay. The CD back up to projects. Clear. So let me do, okay. And this. I'm not gonna what's the word I'm looking for? Actually, yeah. Let's do RM node. Okay. -R. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, mostly you want to go through all the first 3. Well, okay. So introduction, I'm not counting introduction. So like introduction, setup, prepare, and deploy are what you really care about. And then the database steps, but instead of using Postgres, you're going to use MySQL. So all that stuff in the middle are good information if you want to do extra stuff, but you don't necessarily need it. Sure. Directory not empty. I know. Okay. Yes, it's a condo. Yes, okay. Is arguing with me, didn't want to delete it. That's fine. All right, so first step, we download, we make an account. We have Node and NPM. We download it. You guys will do the Windows ones for the most part. Other than that, that's that. Okay, and then what it asks us to do after we install it is to log in. Okay, and it's gonna ask us to log in. We just hit a button and it asks us to log in again. We close this, and close that because that's our old one. Close that, close that. This one, here we go. Okay, so we're logged in. It tells us we're logged in. This is just checking our versions. I'm not going to do that because we did it already. So I've deleted the old repo, so I'm going to have to reclone it. I'm going to copy this guy again. And I'm inside of the folder where I want it to live. I put all of my repos inside of that projects folder. They exist. So we clone it, and then we can CD into it. So all we've done so far is download some software using whatever it told us to use. We've made an account, and we've logged into the account through the CLI, which is pretty cool. Stuff like Plesk and that kind of stuff does that too. It's so far fancy. This is also how we log into other servers. Fancy. And then we cloned a repo, and we've changed directories into the repo. So far the only part that's new is that we logged into a service using the terminal. So far so good. Cool. Okay, now we get the magic. So we're inside of our repo that we created that has all of that stuff for us. So now we can create it. And it gives us a new one. This one's called Obscure Dawn with some more numbers. Wonderful. Okay, and again, I'm going to take that and I'm going to save it somewhere else so I have it. All right, and then I do want to show you guys what it looks like before we pushed any changes. So if I go to it now, this is what I get. So it doesn't have, it has like this content in here and that's it, and that's just given to us from Heroku. It doesn't have all that other stuff that we've asked it to push. So then, and it has our Git remote, which is nice. So now what we want to do is we want to push all that stuff that we got from the GitHub repo to the actual website. This is also doing what's called a build process, and we can see that it's doing that because it says it's building the source. We'll talk more about what that like super means tomorrow, but build processes run things like updates, and they make sure everything's working correctly. They look at all this other stuff. They clear caches. They can do all sorts of different things. And then it tells us that it's done and it's been released. So it's the same thing as the push, except for with Heroku, it's doing some extra stuff for us too. Then we do this, which just says, hello, I would like one web server, please. And so it goes, okay, here you go. It's working. You can just go to the URL and just see it, or you can use the CLI line. And it opens. And then this is all the stuff that's in the repo. And then it gives you all these other things you can do. And explains some different things about what you can do in like different steps. So then you can take that local repo and you can build stuff, change stuff, and all that. Or if instead of doing that clone one, you can make a repo and push that. So it just depends on what you do. Okay. The log thing might not be that important for you guys. That proc file probably won't be that important. I wouldn't worry about scaling the app. You probably won't have to do the dependency step. It might be useful to run the app locally, but you could just like use live server. It's not the end of the world. Pushing changes is important, but it looks just like everything that we've done before, except for we add that word Heroku in master, so that way it knows where to go with it. So it'll do the whole build process. But yeah. The add-ons is how we do the other stuff. I don't think that console step's super important. The config thing might not be super important. You might have to edit it if something's being weird, but for the most part, it probably won't matter. And then the database is how you connect JAWS. So that step matters, but the words might not exactly match what I want you to do. If you want to play with Postgres, you can. I don't know if I necessarily think you should. It's a little bit hard to learn, but you do have that. But yeah, okay. So steps that are important: clone it, run it, get it to make you the free little website thing, make an account, and then it'll just do most of it for you, which is pretty fancy. And then like, so let's say, so we have this, so we can see what page this is. Okay, so it looks like this is our index. Wonderful. So we could go and open this in like VS Code. I don't even have VS Code open. So slow. Oh, yeah, I also pushed some, this is totally unrelated. I just opened VS Code and it was open. In the probable happiness repo, I posted some higher level function stuff, that map filter and reduce that we talked about Friday or Thursday, just so you guys have them. Not super relevant to what we're doing. It just opened when I opened up VS Code. What's this folder? Open. This one. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just show you guys like what making changes looks like. So we find, is it public? Is it views? Find it. Pages. Index. Excellent. Here's our index. Cool. So let's go ahead and change it. So like, I don't want their logo. Lame. We're getting rid of their logo. I don't care. And then I'm going to make this about more of what I care about. We're going to make it fluffy bunnies. All right, great. We're going to save that. And then I'm going to go back over here. And I'm going to open up, I'm going to close that. I'm going to open up the push local changes because that's the step that I need. So we just follow the directions. And we wait for it to do the build process. Yay. Okay, and then we ask it to open. And then look at that. We now no longer have their logo, and now we have our text. So you can go through and edit it that way, and I think that gives you a lot of like the structure to it, which is nice. And you can just kind of gut this stuff, or you can make your own repo. Either way. So is there any questions about like just going through the demo of like making this little free Heroku thing run? Okay. That's what it looked like before. Excellent. All right. So this is all on your syllabus. Where we're here. Yes, that's the next step. 1 per group. It'll all be recorded, so if you ever do get power, you can watch it on YouTube. So hopefully that will be helpful. And then the Clubhouse is still open as of now. So if that makes life easier. All right. So this says like pay thing, but we're not paying things. We're just gonna go in. No, there's a free one. Did they get rid of the free one in like the month since I've used it? Are you kidding me? That makes my life so much more difficult. Here we go. Roku add-on. There we go. Yes. Yes. There. Starting at $0 a month. I was like, no, no, no. It was free before. Okay. So we go through. It's all in your it's something, I guess. So to get here, let me go back real fast. Go back more. Come on, go back. Go back. Go back. I might update the link, but if I don't, how I got here is I scrolled all the way down to this purple part that says Heroku as an add-on, and then Heroku Elements. And then I hit the install button. And then you look for the name of your thing that's running. You have to have a verified account. That's rude. It's not going to charge you anything, but it wants to make sure that you're not like a robot. So maybe like one of those like Visa cards or something if you're worried about it. That's rude. I forgot that you have to put a real card in. That sucks. Give me steps. Can I just look at the steps? The reason that we have to have this database service instead of just like running it That's crazy. So yeah, so I guess whoever's running the Heroku account will have to put their card in so you can have the database part, which is rude. I just want to have them connect. But mostly it's not for charging you. Mostly it's just making sure that humans are not making a bunch of bad, cheap, free websites that can do malicious things. So whoever's managing the account, so probably whoever you guys decide to be the project manager will do this part. But basically once you connect it, they'll talk to each other and then you can follow the same exact steps that are in here, except for wherever it says Postgres, you put JAWS. So in this step right here, you follow all the same steps, except for instead of Postgres, it's MySQL. And then all of the connection stuff's been like what we're doing because it's just a Node app. So once this is set up, the team will just pull from the repo we made. Exactly, yeah. So each team, one repo. What I would do is make the repo on GitHub with just the README, and then clone it and make the repos the same. So then push it. So one person, probably your project manager, makes GitHub repo on GitHub, clones it. They do this kind of stuff to get the app, move everything over. You might have to do some playing with the Git files so that they're all pushing to the same thing. And then sorry, my brain is totally trying to see. Everyone makes changes to the GitHub one and then Git pull and do all that kind of stuff from there. And then the one person's just in charge of pushing it to the app. You should create a Git nor for Node. Yep, that'll be helpful. Yep. That's what I would do. It makes the least amount of things to break if you have one person just in charge of pushing to the app. So then like if the GitHub stuff's broken, it's fine, your app still works. I'm thinking what might be easier is to do when you I think it gives us directions in here. Yeah, so I would maybe do the steps instead, might be easier. Oh, that's not what I don't want to import. I mean, I guess that would work. Would that work? That wouldn't work. I mean, I guess that would work. I'm playing, this might not be the best way to do this, but this might be easier. So I'm seeing if this way is easier. Because I think what they did last time is they made a repo and then just kind of added stuff to the repo and then eventually added it to Heroku, which isn't a terrible way to do it. I'm seeing if this way's easier. It looks like the import takes a while though. Interesting. But yeah. And I'll put my card on for this thing and then walk you guys through the steps. I just don't want to put my credit card in on Zoom because I don't trust Zoom that much now that I've figured out that they just record whatever they want. Yeah, so we might be switching away from Zoom to like Google Meeting or something just because I'm not cool with it doing weird stuff like that. So yeah, I'll let you guys know about that, but that's where I'm at with that. So I'll do that so that way you guys have that, so then we can look at that. Cool. And then remember with Workbench, you just get all of the information from the database as you set it up, and then you can just use Workbench to do all your SQL stuff. Or you could do it all through the CLI if you want. I don't particularly like using MySQL through the CLI, but some people think it's easier. So you do have that option. Ooh, look at that. That's so pretty. So this might be easier. And all I did was hit new and then import and then copied the link from the demo. Might be easier. Takes a while though. That's for sure. Okay, so any questions about Heroku or the JAWS DB part? Okay, yeah. Yep. They're all in the Clubhouses YouTube channel. I've posted a bunch of them in Slack. I can post them again after I upload these. I think everything's uploaded from last week. I might not have done Fridays, but I'm pretty sure I have. But when I do today's, I'll post the link again. Oh, also they want us to with split. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I can also give you some things to look at for that too. They want us to do marketing pictures for things being remote. So at some point, probably Wednesday, I'll ask you guys to turn your cameras on and we'll take a couple like screenshots and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. If you don't want to, that's totally cool. But if I could get like most of you to do it, that would be very helpful to me. I tried to tell them that it's not very visually interesting and that like none of you guys share your cameras most of the time anyways, but they very much would like some pictures of us being remote. So we'll probably spend some time Wednesday doing that. Just so you guys are aware. Can't. I feel you. Yeah. Can my cat join in? Sure. You at least got to put a shirt on. I don't care anything else. Like anything else going on, that's fine. But probably at least a shirt. Yeah. I tried to tell them, I was like, but they just want some pictures. So we'll give them some pictures. Cats are fine. You know. I've seen some people do cute stuff. I'm waiting for this to finish because I want to see if this is easier than doing the other way. It'll be used for marketing stuff. So, you know, present whatever you want to present. this is probably going to be what I'm presenting. Oh. I don't know, I think costumes would be funny. So one of the things I wanted to do this week that we're not going to be able to do is whiteboard interviewing. I'm just waiting for this to load and talking about some other stuff. So in that education YouTube playlist that I made for you guys, I can reshare that too if you need me to. I put an hour-long video about whiteboarding. If you have downtime, that's what I would recommend doing, is handwriting out code and thinking about like core JavaScript concepts. Because I'm not going to be able to like sit with you guys and do whiteboard interviews with you probably. So, you know, I want you guys to practice writing code not on your computer and like talking through code. I recommend if you can get like a child who will pay attention to you for like 20 minutes, try to explain your code to a child. This method is also sometimes called rubber ducking. So you explain your code to a rubber duck, so that way you can work through problems. So practice talking through your code and handwriting out code if you have downtime, because that'll really strengthen your interview skills. I'll teach my cat. Teach your cat how to code. There is a JavaScript for cats. I think I showed it to you guys before, but it's just like a really, really simple guide for JavaScript. And you know, it's like how to teach a cat JavaScript. Yeah. I thought I showed you guys this. Yeah. So this is JavaScript for cats. I thought I showed you guys this, but yeah. Just so you guys have that. Oh, Friday we will have Donna Went from Augusta Tech come in and do a video lecture for you guys about career services. So it'll be like resume overview stuff, plus all the Augusta Tech stuff that they do. You guys are all Augusta Tech students, so you get full access to all of their career services and like that stuff. Like she'll do practice interviews with you, she'll read your resume for you, she'll help you write a cover letter, she'll help you like look at jobs. They're really nice career services, and all of them are really nice. Like Donna is super nice. So she'll be doing like a Zoom lecture, I think is what we have talked about last week. So you guys have that. But yeah, that's just another thing I want you guys to have. This is taking a long time. I didn't know this would take that long. I didn't think it was that big of a repo. Clearly, I was wrong. All right, so yeah, practice that Wednesday. Friday we have Donna coming in and doing a Zoom lecture for us about, you know, resumes and professionalism and all that kind of stuff. No, Donna is from Augusta Tech. I don't think we've had anybody from Augusta Tech. I don't know. I don't remember who you missed. Maybe Nicole, maybe? I don't know. I'd have to look. I don't remember anything, honestly. You'd have to Slack me the day because I don't. Yeah, that's Nicole. And that's Nicole Floyd. She's also one of our people who's volunteered to be a remote mentor. So you can just Slack Nicole Floyd. I agree. I didn't know this was going to take this long. This might be a way to do it that'll be easier than messing with GitHub to try to get it to behave. But yeah. Yeah, Nicole's really nice. She's super, super like on it. But yeah, so yeah, you can Slack Damien or Nicole. I can give you guys Damien's number, but I don't have Nicole's number. I think I have her office number, but I don't think she has her work phone with her. something. She might have taken it. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know how you take a landline phone from an office and make it work at home. Okay, anyways. Yes, she's super motivational. I like Nicole a lot. She's super like, you can do it, I believe in you, which is very nice. Do I have anything else? I was hoping to get through a lot more code stuff today, but that is okay. We can do that tomorrow. It is not the end of the world. Because again, like we have a week of float time, so it's not the end of the world if we're a couple days behind. As long as we don't get a whole week behind, we'd be all right. Cool. I'm not gonna teach you guys any content in the last couple minutes. Because I gotta go early because I gotta do all that stupid stuff for interviews. When is our makeup week? Our makeup week is like the last week of class, so you guys are still all scheduled to be here. So it's the week that our graduation is. The 20th through the 24th is makeup week, so technically 12 weeks ends on the 17th. That's when content ends. I will still be doing lectures, but it'll be review stuff. It'll be like, let's look at your personal website. Let's double check your resume. Let's look at, you know, what are quick projects you can add to it. Let's do practice interview stuff. That's when our makeup week is going to be. And then if you have any stuff you're missing, you can use that time to make it up. Typically, I try to invite, the other reason I really want to have a physical graduation is that's when I invite all of our employers and guest speakers and everybody to come in. I don't know what I'm going to do for you guys if we can't do that. I mean, I think a lot of people are assuming May is going to be fine, so maybe we'll just do it like May 1st. I don't know. But yeah, the 20th through the 24th is makeup week. Yeah, I will still be giving lectures and all that, but there's not going to be like any new content due or anything, or new stuff. Oh, it's done. Whoa, look at all that. That's cool. Whoa, cool. All right. Interesting. That's fancy. Fancy. What's in here? What's in this change? That's cool. Okay, so maybe this isn't the best way to do it because this is pulling the actual, what you call it? The actual demo all the way down. So maybe this isn't the best way to do it, but I don't know, maybe it's kind of cool. And then it gives you a nice format to follow for your documentation too. You're not going to break anything because it's all pushing to your stuff, so it's not the end of the world if you do it this way. Just another option. Cool. Okay. So that was going to new and import. Might not be the best way to do it, but you know. Also not like impossible. All right. Cool. So I didn't get too much content done, but that's okay. I don't mind spending some time making sure you guys know what I want for your project. Any questions about what I'm expecting for you guys? Sarah, what did you post? Oh, an online graduation. Ha! Ha! That's funny. That's funny. Okay. Available. Any other thoughts or anything that I have? I think that's about it. Slack me if you have questions. I have to drive down to the clubhouse to go do all that fun stuff. It'll be so much fun. I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else for you guys. I'll upload those videos and put the YouTube link in there. I think that's it. All right, any questions of what I'm expecting you guys to do this afternoon? We'll probably still do code review for last week's stuff on Wednesday, and we will do a stand-up on Wednesday also. Groovy. All right. I think that is about it then, and I will see you all tomorrow. And tomorrow we will be doing some more actual lecture stuff and hopefully making some progress so we're not stuck on week 8 for the rest of forever. Baby, it'll be all right. All right. Slack me if you have questions, and I will see you guys tomorrow.